Alright, thanks as always for tuning into this episode of Gears Tactics. This episode is, as always, done on the insane difficulty with no death. Everything, really, is in the description. Ways to support me, as I'm a small channel. I've got a Discord, Twitter, links to directly support, and there's a playlist for all of the missions. So if you see a mission that you're a bit stuck on, check out the playlist. Alright, quickly, it's cinematic time, which means I'm going to shut up until the cinematic ends and then you'll hear my voice again. Okay, I'm shutting up now.
Had enough alone time? Because Ukon's still out there, and we've only got one lead left.
You're backstabbing ass.
Know what? You're no better than Prescott.
I'm protecting you, goddammit!
Really? Because I thought you were protecting your old pal Ukon.
If I tell you the truth, there's no going back. Long time ago, I got posted to a genetics lab. They were supposed to be curing rust lung. It went sideways. Instead of going after a cure, the doctors made monsters. Convinced Chairman Monroe the things had military potential. But they were feral, mindless. Except one. Ukon. One chairman caused this mess, another covers it up. I wanted to parade Ukon through the capital as proof that we need real military leadership to win this war, not manicured politicians. But for now, anyone who knows the truth is at risk, including you two.
So you're saying the Cog created the Locust? Sounds about right.
No, that's insane.
Tell you what, I stashed some files at the outpost in Winlock. Go see for yourself.
If this is another lie...
Oh, believe me, Motorpool. I wish it were.
Sid wants us to believe the Cog cooked up its own worst enemy. If I'm gonna buy that, I need hard proof. Let's see if these files of his are real, or if they're one more tall tale.
Alright folks, we're back. We're ready to begin the mission Buried Memories. This is the start of Act 3. I believe it's the final act of Gears Tactics, so we're actually finally making some progress. It's just been slow going as I've had lots of things to get around to and do, and these things take such a long time to edit, render, voice, cut every single step out, make sure it flows well. It really does. It really does just take a surprising length of time to actually get through these. Now, let me just tell you, right? Let me just tell you from the get-go that this mission, I'm bored of it, mate. Okay, so there are going to be quite a lot of cuts in this, and I'm going to explain what I did. I'm not going to make you miss anything important, trust me. The guide is still the guide, but let me just say, this mission took me 4 hours. That's right, it took me 4 hours to do this mission, and I tell you what, it's not even difficult. I just couldn't get the right tactic. Normally they're very, very simple, but for whatever reason I just couldn't do it. It took 4 hours of pain, and the reason it took 4 hours of pain was because I ended up playing like the last part of the mission so slowly because it took 3 hours previously that I didn't want to throw my progress away. So, right, what's happened? I've climbed up on top of this podium with the stairs, and I've just overwatched the area entirely. And I'm just throwing grenades out when something sort of breaks the angle of my overwatch. And I'm spamming my grenades to deal with the tickers. Occasionally, I'm firing off some shots when my sniper can see something. And I'm going back to shoot the downed guy, deal with the tickers. And the first section of this, I was like, oh, this is nice and easy. Nice height advantage. throw in some grenades. Grenades have got really fast cooldown. Now I've got my new boots for Stotty, picking up this epic chest, zoning off this circle that we have to reach the gate. So the first area of the mission is reach the gate, and obviously for the story, I'm trying to find the note or the notepad or whatever I'm looking for from Sid that kind of proves his theory right, because currently he's locked up, isn't he? He's Akon, he's locked up, someone let him out. And so what I'm doing at the moment is I'm on top of this block and I'm covering it, and every time something sort of finds an angle that, you know, it escapes my overwatch, I'm just nading it. And I'm not overthinking it. I'm shooting at tickers, I'm missing, they're pushing me, and I'm like, well, I don't want to let it get too close. I don't want to, you know, blow these two guys up on the blocks. I'm going to push Stotty up, his grenade's back on cooldown. Every 2 turns he has a grenade. It's really, really powerful. Very glad I spec'd him into demolition and grenades and found these UIR gear. And so far, yeah, it's comfortable. And this took 1 attempt. It was literally the first attempt. I got up on the height advantage. I overwatched the guys. There was this ticker that had some moves. This ticker, for some reason, managed to dodge around. But I pushed one guy up. I pushed Gabe up to distract and get rid of his overwatch. And then that would allow me to chainsaw with Miss Violet. And now it's just a case of pushing everybody forwards and dealing with this ticker on the right with some overwatches, watching our back. If it gets through this, you know, you can see here this ticker's got some moves. I overwatched it, it flanked, it just didn't want to die. It was trying very different. It was trying hard to survive, so Stotty had to come back after a couple of turns and lob a grenade at it, because this thing was just surviving behind the rocks. It's like it knew where I was overwatching and was going the opposite way. So now it was a chance to just push everybody forwards and swipe this gate key and open up this gate. Do a little bit of hacking there with my hands, because apparently that's how you hack a gate being opened. But you know,
hustle up to that storehouse.
I guess we're not in the realm of realism quite yet. Okay, so now we have to tackle this chest, and we have to get the note for Sid. Okay, this should be good. Now, cue the part where this took me 3 hours, 4 hours in fact, because let's be honest, the part 1 and part 3 took about 10 minutes. This middle part took me literally 4 hours. I wish it didn't. I don't know why it did. Okay, so here's my tips to get you through this mission, because you might need them, or you might be a much better player than me and don't need them. I tried to control the right hand side of the stairs. I stayed down low, I overwatched every block. Eventually I would survive, and then a stray sniper would kill me. Okay, so normally in this game, when a sniper shoots, they pin you, you have a beam, and then when the character in its next turn, if it doesn't move from the pinned spot, it will die. However, I don't know if it was a bug or whatever it was. These snipers in the background were not pinning me. They were just shooting me with perfect accuracy, and the pin wasn't showing, and there was no animation to show when I was pinned. And I got sick and tired of clearing out what you're seeing now. This entire right hand side I was defending. I would clear out all these enemies, and then I'd kill 1, maybe even 2 snipers, and then the 3rd sniper from off screen without a pin would one-shot me. And I couldn't find a way to do it. I tried dealing with the snipers, I tried grenade spamming, planting grenades and holding an area. I couldn't figure it out. So what am I doing? If you're paying attention, I am moving 2 units all the way to the left, and I'm keeping 2 units at the gate. This is the tactic that seemed to work very well. So the idea is, I have 2 units that are drawing these grenadiers down the stairway towards me. As you can see, they're all trickling in, not to disrespect, they're all trickling in to me through the gate. Okay, so that's the game plan. Drag them through this gate and keep falling back. And whilst this is going on, the snipers are now moving on up like they were last time. Except this time I now have some bodies in position to take advantage of this, because now all the other enemies are on the right hand side. I'm not going to get flanked, I'm not going to get shot in the back. It allows me to chainsaw this sniper, and then I can go ahead with Gabe and chainsaw this other sniper. And I found a move there. It was going to be 3 out of 4 action points, but I found an angle where it gave me 2 out of 4. So this was like a really good turn. And finally, I've actually dealt with the snipers. Now there is one more, and I wasn't sure how to deal with it. So I empowered Miss Violet here, and I'm going to run away. Yeah, so the idea was to put her down these stairs. I actually kind of didn't realise that she couldn't go down the stairs, and she's ended up stood in the open, but it luckily turns out okay. So the idea is, okay, that I've figured out for this mission. On the right hand side, have these players keep falling back, overwatch, spam grenades, plant some grenades if you need to. Just keep falling back and they will follow you. And whilst they're following you, you can be dealing with the sniper. Once the snipers are then gone, you can then retake the high ground yourself, because what this isn't showing in this mission, obviously because this is the one where I actually completed it, this isn't showing the 20 or so other attempts where I would have an 80% shot, it would miss it, but because the enemy had the high ground, their hammer burst would just one-tap me. Because in this game, the high grounds just give you such a massive accuracy that it just helps a lot. So whilst I'm talking, Stotty has suppressing fired one of these grenadiers, which means it cannot move, which allows me to push the sniper out and reload without being concerned that a shotgunner is going to catch her, because, you know, the one in range is actually suppressed. So now you can see the hammer bursters haven't actually come to the gate, which is a bit awkward because ideally I want them to chase me. However, they're now kind of pincering my chainsawers. Okay, so whilst that's going on, Michaela is firing off on this grenadier at the beginning, and I'm keeping my distance. So I'm firing away with a sniper, and I do go for a fast fingers, which again means if you shoot and down it, you get a free reload. It was weird because I actually thought I hit this shot, but I didn't get the reload, but I'm pretty sure I hit it, so I don't know what happened there. Anyway, I just went ahead and reloaded. So again, the objective here is to back off, and now my chainsawers, Gabe and Violet, are getting flanked. So similar to last time, I'm going to push up here, but this time we can't chainsaw because it's on cooldown. So I'm going to push up with a grenade, just about kill it. Now bear in mind, it almost kills it. I could have pushed up with Gabe here and shot it, but you can see it's a 2-point maneuver and I didn't want to miss, so I used a grenade just to confirm the kill. Right, so about 4 hours later, we've made some significant progress, and we've got the high ground, and you can kind of see what's happening now. I've got the high ground, and they're all coming through this gateway, so I ran Stotty up here, and was like, I'm going to nade them and shell shock them. Then I realised I actually can't reach them, so I ran away. And because I'd been doing this mission for legit about 4 hours, I played this last section out really, really slowly. And there are some cuts in it, because otherwise the video would be far, far, far too long, and you're not really learning anything, or it's not even fun to watch. I was just showing you the most important bits and the tactic to actually help you. So I pushed, well, I didn't push, they pushed me, sorry, and Stotty was at the end of these stairs, and he could lob a grenade and shell shock 3 of them, with 2 of them dying. Michaela with 100% accuracy can crack this guy down. And now you can see in the top left hand screen there's 4 enemies remaining. 1 is down, so that's 3 enemies. And now I'm going to push up top to deal with this last hammer burst. So I'm going to disable it, and again I didn't want to take any chances with potentially missing, so I chainsawed it. And I've really found the chainsaw to be very useful in this game. I just presumed that because it was on insane and you die in 1 bullet, oh, I'll never get to chainsaw, but actually it's a really useful tool, so don't be afraid to use it. Right, so cue 25 different steps that may or may have not been cut. Effectively what's happened is there are 2 locusts remaining, okay, and I'm doing the exact same thing. I have these 2 up top chilling. They're doing nothing, basically. They're just occasionally having a shot from the distance, from the back, but they're not really doing any damage or anything of any, you know, they're not really doing anything. Meanwhile, these 2 are just falling back and back and back, and occasionally taking a shot. So you can see there's still 1 down. This one's really hurt, firing some shots off from the high ground that I've got control of. And now they pushed up, and they're going to overwatch me, and you can see that the grub actually got revived. And I was like, oh my, please don't fail this after like 4 hours. So I was getting a bit panicky here, and I was beginning to misplay. So I throw a grenade here and it doesn't kill it, but I was like, well, it's okay. And then I push Stotty out, and actually, I probably shouldn't have overwatched this area, because that Hammerburst guy could have killed me. But luckily the guy just runs into me. And at this point, everyone's down, apart from this one. There's one down, I believe. There's one in front of me, and there's another one lingering about. And the people up top aren't coming in to help, because I figured I can do this on my own, and I don't want to risk these two people up above that are completely safe randomly getting one shot. So now you can see there's only one enemy remaining, and it just was not appearing. The guy wasn't appearing. I couldn't see him on any kill turns, and I didn't want, because he was a Nasher, I didn't want to accidentally push up too far and get killed. So I got Miss Violet to get the case. She came down and got the case and went back. And I just kept my distance overwatching. So I've skipped a few turns in a second because it was just me repeating the same step over and over again. Because this guy wasn't showing himself and I wasn't willing to push him. Because I know he could one-shot me. And I'd been on it 3 hours, so I wasn't willing to throw it away. Anyway, eventually, after some turns of overwatching, he actually showed up. And he ran into the Overwatch and he died. And there was a relief that came over me. There was a relief that this mission was finally finished, a relief that I'd finished editing it, and I never have to see this mission again. It was actually an interesting mission in terms of tactics, but it was long and difficult for some reason.
New Hope Initiative. Chairman's eyes only. This is the file, all right. Let's head back so we can get a closer look.
Okay, so now we're going to skip some more turns, and the reason I've skipped some turns is it was 5 or 6 turns of me moving my team further forwards towards the exit point. Nothing happened at all. Chuck a big grenade here, that was lovely. And yeah, the reason I skipped it was just because it was 5 or 6 turns of nothing. And the reason it happened was because they'd fallen so far back defending. So yeah, I think you understand the tactic, and I think it's still... I'm trying to keep the storyline of the videos going, you know, without playing a 4-hour video file. So hopefully that helps you. As always, you know, if you enjoy this content, leave a like, comment, subscribe, consider supporting, etc. So another big grenade here. We actually eventually discovered the pixels and found 4, and eventually you can see like kind of what's happening. The Stotty, the sniper, have eventually caught back up. Gabe and Miss Violet are just overwatching, and I'm just trying to basically not get sniped, because I don't know if there's any snipers about. I don't think there is, but I'm just being careful, hiding myself behind walls, buildings, etc. And you can see that the enemy turn happens here. My Overwatch goes off, it's going pretty nicely. Wretches are pushing in. And at the end of this mission as well, I will be quiet because there is a big cutscene, I believe. So I'll let that cutscene play. However, we're not quite done with the mission just yet. There is one more trick up the Locust sleeve, I guess. So here I'm pushing everybody up to the same level because I'm trying to evacuate. And to evacuate, everybody needs to be able to fit in the circle at the same time, which means they need to all be close together. So I'm just doing a big Overwatch here again. He backs off. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to run in yet. I'm not sure how many enemies there are. Because there's still a fair amount of enemies. I was like, honestly, like I might not be excited speaking about this mission, but honestly, I'm done with this. Mentally, I'm tapped out of this mission. It took me 4 hours. I'm throwing this grenade, and I'm getting out of this damn mission. I'm firing 93% shot off with a sniper, and I'm like, hallelujah, everybody is out. Kill the down guy. That's good. What else have we got left to do? A reload. Everybody's looking good. We have Gabe available. you see there me checking? I could have actually got the bonus objective of doing the entire mission without reloading 5 times, because I technically didn't need to reload them, but I wasn't even aware that was a challenge. And then a boom shot arrived, and honestly, I was on stream and I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, if this boom shot kills me now, I think I'm going to uninstall. Anyway, I pushed up with Stotty, he collected the final epic case, and then I spotted somebody out in the distance, and I was like, you know what, mate, you're getting chainsawed. I didn't know if anyone was near him, I just was tilted and decided to chainsaw him. I was like, okay, right. And then I put everybody's back to the wall, and I put them... I did mentally think that I'll put them to the wall, covering their right-hand side, in case that boomer shoots. But realistically, I was like, I don't think the boomer can get to me just yet. And then it started to move, and I was like, oh my god, it's not going to kill me, is it? It started to move. You see him on this right-hand side? I was like, oh my god, what's it going to do? He's not going to lob a boom over the building, is he, or something? I was clenched. Luckily, that didn't happen, and everybody was able to fit into the circle and escape. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm glad that mission's over. I'll leave you with this storyline now to play. Thanks very much. Peace out.
Okay, load up.
Gabe, you need to read this. Sires. Patient 0. It's all real. Sid was telling the truth.
Interesting reading.
What are you gonna do?
Rattled the skeletons in the closet.
Something to report, Diaz?
New Hope.
Excuse me.
New Hope. Sid's rambling on about it. That name mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not. What are your current coordinates? Asked you to deal with Major Redburn, you haven't. I'm sending a Raven to arrest him and bring you reinforcements.
Well, it's about goddamn time. Coordinates sent.
Dispatching the Raven now. And yes, this has been a difficult mission. For all of us.
Why the hell did you tell him where we are? He's going to send some kill squad.
Prescott can send whoever he wants. By the time they land on that mountaintop, we'll be gone.
Oh, you're sneakier than you look.
No more cog bullshit. Get everyone ready to head.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, Prescott thinks we're dead.
Good. One less distraction while we get back to the mission. Killing Ukon.
Oh, really? And how are we gonna do that?
His healing. I can turn it off.
You're telling us this now?
Well, yeah. Wasn't trying to kill him before.
Spill it.
Ukon's turbocharging his healing, right? Well, at New Hope, the docs had a dirty trick called cytostatic gas. Completely jams up the healing process. I know how to make it. And you can weaponize it.
You trust this mustache with legs after what he pulled?
You got a better plan? Ukan dies. Full stop. You want to throw a truth parade in Afira? Do it on your own time.
You know we're never going back to Afira.
Pull any shit. No more warning shots.
Okay, let's get to work.